Should I tell my sister her husband is cheating on her after she wouldn't do the same for me? Welcome to Watch Your Mouth, my bite-sized advice column. I was married for a year and a half, and I got divorced after discovering my now ex-husband had been carrying on an affair for years. It was ugly and heartbreaking, but fairly straightforward, until I found out that my older sister had known since at least before my wedding and never said a word. She works for my ex-husband, and when I confronted her about it, said it was none of her business, and insisted that since I had found out on my own, no harm was done. My legal fees say otherwise. Last week, I was out with a friend when I ran into my brother-in-law on a very romantic date with a woman from my church. They have had issues with him scrolling dating apps in the past, and based on what I witnessed, it appears his behavior has escalated. They don't have kids, so there's still time for her to get out. Do I tell her or treat her the same way she treated me? Listen, Lord knows I'm not a frequent traveler on the high road, but if I can drag a scummy man along it, I will be there. Spare your sister the trauma, because she's already going to be dealing with trust issues till the cows come home. He and his church lady clearly think they're getting away with it, and it's only your right as a little sister to throw a wrench in their plans. Your sister might call you bitter, but at least you are doing better than she did. Tell her what you saw, and then wash your hands of how she handles it.
What do you think about that?
Tell the sister. Tell the sister.
Even though her sister did the same thing to her?
Yeah, I think her sister not telling her, that's very wrong, because that just shows that she has misplaced priorities, misplaced loyalties, because her loyalty should be with her sister first and foremost, not her boss, because that's like blood. Do you understand? I think she should tell her sister. I think if you feel that your sister didn't do right by you, why should you now do the same thing? You know, so the relationship that she has with her sister, the fact that the sister didn't say, you know, didn't tell her about the cheating and everything, obviously that might have already caused a strain, and it might affect how the sister's going to handle the news. But I think she should still say, look, this is what I saw, handle it as you want, but I could not see this and not tell you.
If I tell the sister, I don't have a sister, but if I tell my sister, I'm going to be so snarky about it. Because, do you understand? Because that's wicked. I've always said it, that if I have a close friend, and the close friend maybe knows that maybe my partner is stepping out or something, and they did not say anything, you cease to exist if I find out. Like, we'll never, ever, ever, ever be friends again. It's simple, and they know my stance on that. If you see something, say something. And, you know, same thing.
What if they're like, oh, but I didn't know how you're going to handle it and all of that?
That's it. You could kill me. That's just wicked. Do you understand? So, I mean, tell your sister.
I have a friend that was like, oh, I can never say anything. I was like, I don't understand. She's like, because, you know, you never know what's going to happen. What if they reconcile?
So, what if they reconcile, and so what?
And then you're the one that's...
You are not the person. There will be nothing to bring. There will be no news to bring if somebody wasn't stepping out in the first place. It's simple as. So,
I think it's one thing as friends, but as sisters, nah, there should be. As a sister, you should be there in front of them filming and be like, you know, I'm going to show it to her, right?
I take friendships very seriously. Like, I don't call people who, if what's the word I'm looking for? If I call you my friend, I am able to be vulnerable with you, and you are vulnerable with me, and nobody will ever hear the gist anywhere. Do you understand? Like, I take that very seriously. Like, I'm not, oh, she's my friend, but you don't know her house, so you don't. Do you understand? Things like that. Those are associates. Those are acquaintances. So, and I feel like, look, I should be able to call you when I need someone. You should call me too, even if it's 3 a.m. in the morning. I will do the same for you. So, if you know, and that's how my friendships are, and I always thank God for the sort of friends that I have, because they've come through for me over the years when I didn't even ask them to, especially when I had like my child. Like, they were a real solid unit, village. So I've done the same for others too. So I'm just like, so if it can't even happen.